M3GAN. She has real-time facial emotional recognition software, killer dance moves, and drippy fits. But Megan's best feature is her ability to walk a very tight tonal line of blended genre. Folks, we officially have our first horror hit of 2023, and it is the delightfully offbeat M3GAN. A Blumhouse production, produced and co-conceived by James Wan, who reunites with his Malignant screenwriter Akilah Cooper, with Gerard Johnstone directing what is sure to be a breakout effort for him. Let me address this right away. M3GAN may subvert your expectations. I think that trailer might have promised something a little more campy and cuckoo banana pants, and the faux commercial at the start primes us for just that. But the movie itself is just a down the middle crowd pleaser. It's chiefly horror, but not truly horrific. Dryly amusing and quirky, but not an outrageous comedy. And surprisingly grounded with touches of authentic pathos. Each of these elements works as checks and balances for the other. Actually kind of harkens back to that original idea of what a blockbuster film was. A genre hybrid film that never leaned too hard in one direction in order to appeal to the widest audience possible, which is not inherently a bad thing. It honestly would have been easy to make this thing a winking, camp-tastic gonzo picture, but like its adult protagonist, it knows it can pull off something more complex and lifelike. Allison Williams and Violet McGraw are in the unenviable position of playing it the straightest. Our pint-sized protagonist lets the script explore behavioral issues in children who've experienced incredible trauma. Yes, this is another horror movie
about trauma.
McGraw is endearing and plays Katie's pain at just the right level, like enough to make you care, but not so much that it's just too upsetting and overwhelming and uncomfortable. Allison Williams' Gemma is almost as fascinating as her creation. She's a navel-gazing roboticist who makes her living pacifying children with high-tech toys, but when a tragic accident leaves Katie in her care, it becomes clear that this is a toy maker with no natural instinct to relate to or care for her target audience. The irony and the moral grayness quandary of this was really interesting, and I actually would have liked exploring that facet of Gemma a bit more, but that's not what this movie is here to do. It's here to give us M3GAN, and folks, M3GAN is giving. Performed by Amy Donald, voiced by Jenna Davis, dressed by Lizzie Gardner in incredible Christian Girl autumn couture, and designed by the FX teams at Marat FX Studios, Fin Design and Effects, and Weta.
It's insane, right?
This AI American Girl doll of your nightmares is every bit the marvel the world of the film takes her to be. Perfectly pitched to look authentically toyetic, and only just slightly unsettling. It really accomplishes the traditional meaning of the term uncanny valley. I would recommend this article from the LA Times that goes into how M3GAN was manifested. Link is in the description. M3GAN fucking ate in this movie. She gives her victims a withering side eye. She adapts a series of chillingly cheeky self-preservation tactics. She even gets a classic peeking out of the car window at an active crime scene shot that fucking sent me. And best of all, she develops the most delightfully bizarre understanding of the power of song, turning David Guetta's Titanium into a lullaby, strutting to Walk the Night, and accompanying her climactic villain speech with a piano rendition of Toy Soldiers, even improvising her own saccharine Disney knockoff ditty. Okay, maybe this movie is a little camp. I also want to highlight Ronnie Chang, the only actor that I think was granted the opportunity to deliver an actual camp performance. This movie's tone only works because it gives just one character the self-aware understanding of what movie they're in, and Ronnie takes that opportunity and runs with it as the pompous idiot David Lynn. Overall, I would say I'm pleasantly surprised and pleased. Of course, I would have liked it if M3GAN was an R-rated hard genre film or like the next installment in modern gonzo cinema, but I'm more than happy with it being just mass appeal, PG-13 gateway horror. In fact, in that regard, it reminded me of the works of Joe Dante. I mean, his two Gremlins films had a great effect on me as a child and probably other children of my generation and prior. Fascinated by horror, but too apprehensive to dive straight in. Though of course, the obvious Dante connection here would be Small Soldiers, a movie that when I saw as a kid, honestly shocked me for being not exactly a kid's film, but not exactly a violent action film either. So if you're a horror hound and you have people close to you that don't do well with genre, this is a perfect meeting ground. Take me, for instance. I saw this with two of my favorite friends who are admitted scaredy cats, and they really liked it. We walked out of there laughing. Although I did have to practically drag the biggest scaredy cat to the theater because her name is M3GAN, and I simply would not allow her to ignore this film despite her protests. Alright, we just left the theater after seeing M3GAN. I have M3GAN right here. M3GAN, my scaredy cat, piece of shit, best friend. Do you have any thoughts on M3GAN?
She does great with a pressure washer.
She should be honored to share her name with such an iconic bitch. Quirky and poignant, striking an astonishing razor-thin tone, M3GAN is sure to be a horror movie that is friend to all. And if for some reason you're on the fence about this, I implore you to check it out whenever, wherever, however you can. If you enjoyed this film or my review, drop a comment down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And hey, while we wait for Meg Foreign, which is definitely coming, why don't you check another video of mine over here? Thanks for watching, and as always, M3GAN.